everybody. Good morning. I figured I'd take you for a walk around the property this morning just to kind of show you what we have. So it's very cold. It's about 14 degrees this morning, but just kind of take you a walk around, show you the different cabins and the borders of the property. So there are a couple of full-time neighbors in the area. We have a couple of buildings over here in this area, as well as another one right here. There it is. As well as up the road, if you look up the road, there are also some full-time folks up there as well. The property next door, there is basically an empty lot with a couple of cabins, or not cabins, but campers on it that they use throughout the winter or summertime for a vacation property. So we'll take a walk back the road here and I'll kind of show you what we have. But anyway, the property itself is 2.79 acres. There are two cabins that are on it. One of them is a stick-built cabin, which is the one that's right in front of us behind that camper, and that has 100 amp electric in it. It has water run to it, but there's no septic on the property, so it kind of drains out onto the ground. It's only a kitchen sink in there, but I'll show you that a little bit more in another video. But as we come around here, the maple cabin, which is the cabin that my wife and I are primarily responsible for, is a traditional log structure. It's here behind this hemlock. Kind of get over here and you can kind of see it from a distance, but there's nothing in there. It's just the shell of a cabin. This little brick structure in front is a spring house. Inside of there is a spring. I'm not sure if it's a Fisher spring or if it's an actual spring. I'm pretty sure it's just a Fisher spring where it's runoff from the mountains. But there's always water in there. Even when the creeks run out, there always seems to be a little bit of water in there, but we don't use it. Maybe I'll try and pump it out and see if it actually refills. Over here is our log shed, or our wood shed. There's a golf cart currently sitting in there as well as a couple of rows of dried wood from the previous owner. And our property actually goes the whole way over there to that house, where their yard starts. You can kind of see a brush pile over there. That is the edge of our property, and along where the tree line there goes there. Both of the cabins have a shed, you know, this shed and the other shed as well, both need a little bit of work. I know this one, the roof is leaking and it's going to need to be replaced. I've started to gather some material to do that, but I'm waiting for it to get a little warmer. The other shed, which is over at the other cabin, that has an outhouse in it, and that's where we would go to use the bathroom generally from there. So back in behind here, you can see there's a hill back there. We don't own the whole way back to the hill, but right at the base of that hill is a creek. A pretty nice creek. It's probably, it's a mountain creek, probably 8, 10, 12 feet wide on a regular basis, and it can and when we get a lot of rain or a lot of runoff, it obviously will get significantly larger. You can't see the stakes from back here, but there's a couple of hemlocks back there, some evergreens, and the stake for the property is back in there, probably about 50 yards. It runs the whole way across here, and I'll take you for a walk down here. There's the maple cabin, and the other cabin, and where they sit next to each other. But there's also this other little stream here which runs around the property. Gives my mother-in-law, or my in-law, a lot of enjoyment. They like to play in it, kind of try and redirect it, do a lot of things with it. But throughout the summertime, it does kind of dry out when there's no water. So as we go through here, There is a deer feeder back here. We have not used it to this point, but I think we're going to probably start using it this coming summer. I was told originally that my mother-in-law didn't really want me to be using it, but you know, because she didn't want the deer around, which is kind of crazy to me. But that's they're here anyway. They're coming anyway because of this, which is our little pond. We have a pond. It's probably 30 feet across, 30 feet, you know, probably 30 feet in diameter the whole way around. And it's got a lot of activity in there. So this is the property that we have. You can see here we've planted a couple of crabapple trees, some dogwoods here in the area, just to kind of give us something for you know, to beautify the place a little bit, something that's native to the area. You look down here, you can see a cabin down there and a cabin down there. I think both of those are permanent residences. This is the main cabin, or they like to call it the time warp cabin. You can see there in the chimney, there's a couple of some features. There's a fish on top, as well as a face in there, some like a gnome face or something. But it's pretty cool what the previous owner did when he built these cabins. And and then over here you can see the RVs where they are, and where the vacation property is that's next to ours. That one's a much smaller property. It's only about 1.5 acres, and it comes basically parallels our property back into that area back in there. So we're coming around here to, there's the maple cabin again from a different angle. But as I'm walking up through here, there's the other shed. This has the outhouse in it, and that's really about it. Now, like I said, if you look over there, we own the whole way over to those cabins, the whole way out to that road, which is just in front of that house there. All right, so the property itself is about 400 feet across the front. It's 230 feet across the back, and it's about 400 feet deep. For us, it's more property than any of us have ever had, with regards to property that is not going to be our actual home. So it's nice to have this, and you know, like I said, it is in south central Pennsylvania, Franklin County. Up here, there's not a lot of internet access. We have about 2 to 3 bars of 3G on a good day. So we can't always get phone calls out or phone calls in. Sometimes it depends on the phone. My wife and I, we don't have any issues with our phone. But my in-laws, they seem to have some trouble getting calls out, or particularly being able to send videos or anything like that. But the idea is that we're going to get up here. There's not going to be a lot of streaming going on. You know, we'll get up here, unplug, enjoy each other, enjoy the area, and you know, just to get away. And that's what we're hoping for. Again, if you want to see what we get into, I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but if you like what we're getting into, you know, feel free to subscribe. Love to have you. You know, if you like this video particularly, smash that thumbs up button, and we'll go from there. So have a great day, and hopefully we'll be back soon.